Hey, good morning. Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving from the Fight Club. Welcome back again. It's your boy Deuce here, as always, joined by Corey Bliss and young boy Tillman, old man Tillman, Sage Beard man. So yeah, we back again, you guys. We're getting close to the end of Street Fighter's first year. We're about to be Capcom Cup next week. So that's the focus of our talks today. Good to be back. We also got we're going to talk about some other games that's dropping. Blaze dropped since we last talked to you guys. The new Blaze Blue, Central Fiction. We want to talk about the future of Street Fighter going from here. The Capcom Cup finalists. What else we got going on today? We got a couple things we wanted to touch on.
Red Solo Cups.
Red Solo Cups, forever legendary. Let's see. We got a lot of stuff we could talk about today. I mean, we haven't talked in a couple weeks here, but first of all, I guess we'll, say hey to everybody. What's up, folks? Back again. Glad to see you guys. CB, what's good?
Man, I'm just out here trying to live the best life I can live. I just want to leave it at that. Just out here trying to be the best American I can be.
That's it. Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. That'll get too heated.
Right.
We're not going to talk about that other thing that happened in between shows, but yeah, that's a whole nother situation.
Word.
Yeah, no. It's too cold to move to Canada. That's all I'll say. Mexico water messed up.
Yeah, man.
Till, what's good, man?
What's going on, Till?
I'm still bald. That's kind of all I got, man. That's just kind of all I got, man. All I got in this world is my bald and my word, man.
I feel like I'm right behind you. I'm feeling older every day. I be brushing my hair and stuff, and I'm like, looking a little thin. I'm not sure. So I might be pulling the woods out here shortly. I might have about maybe a year or two left. My hairline is impeccable.
Right.
I'm not gonna.
I feel like I'm thinning out. Like I think I'm not sure, but I feel like I am.
This area, like in the top,
Yeah, I feel like I'm thinning out right there. Corey laughed because he's still young. See, Corey's still young, so it don't mean nothing to him right now.
Start waking up with cold sweats in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Is it all there?
Yeah. Like it looked great when you keep that shortcut, but it's that when you let it rock for a good week or two, and I'm like, everything else is growing but that spot. I'm not sure.
Yeah, got that Manu Ginobili, man. Need to just go ahead, come on home sometimes, man. Be like that.
Let it go.
LeBron ain't leave yet. If he ain't ready to come home, y'all ain't ready to come home.
Nah, see, his hairline was running away.
Yeah, see, that's it. That's a hairline problem. That's not a hair thinning problem.
Yeah. My hairline is impeccable. Let's get that.
His hairline was thinning.
It's just way at the top in the back. Like that's starting to look a little thin. Not sure. But yeah. Cool, man. Yeah. You rocking the sage look. It's working for you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I see you got comfortable with it. So it works out.
I'm just waiting for Till to pop up on the show looking like you're from Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi.
I will. I'm telling you, if I got the little
again.
Abu Dhabi's in the nine of Arab Emirates. That's Middle East. So like, only reason why I know that is because at work they got a conference with all these people from Abu Dhabi. So they loaded in that thing, whole lot of money.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, all I need is like the robe, some medallions. I'm in there. I blend right in.
Wandering warrior as usual.
Oh man, how was y'all Thanksgiving, man?
Thanksgiving was cool, man. Yeah. Most of my family's on the East Coast, out there in the DMV area. So growing up, I was one of those traditional house hoppers. So I had at least 5 to 6 houses I could go to within an hour drive and load up everywhere I went. So out here is pretty much me, the wife, and my mom's out here, and that's for the most part is. So it was only like 5, 6 of us for Thanksgiving. So having a smaller Thanksgiving, I'm still getting used to it, but still ate like a champ. You know, we had potlucks at work, so that worked out too. So
there's still food left. A whole lot of food left.
I still got about a tub this big of banana pudding that I'm still working through. So that's going to get me through the weekend.
Yeah, weekend, sheesh. Oh man.
Oh yeah, it's not going to last long. I'm already halfway through it. That was just from yesterday.
Yeah, I did a little house hopping. You know, my lady fixed a great.
Got the new one there, you know.
Yeah,
you gotta
man,
go see different sides of family and such, you know. I don't know how that works.
man, she cooked this year. It was great. It was amazing. I'm good. Got plenty left over. Went to the mom's threw down, got some plates there.
Nice. That's what's up.
Yeah, man. Just trying to watch my figure, you know.
You just trying to watch your figure. All right.
Oh man.
Anyway, I guess guess we'll save Capcom Cup for a second. Corey, we played Blaze a little bit. How you feel about the new Blaze?
Hey man, it's dope. It's fun. It's really good. It's really, really good. I appreciate how they kept the game the same while adding new mechanics. It feels different, but it doesn't feel so different to where I'm like, damn, I gotta learn it all over again. It's more about, okay, I know how to play my character. I got some new tools. How can I work these tools into my strategy? And it was like the dopest. Like Tarumi, I feel like they gave him one move, but that one move made him better. And they gave him they changed some of his properties and some of his stuff. Like he's a little bit more safe because he was one of those characters where like if he missed anything, he got severely punished. Now it's not as bad. I'm still exploring with the rest of the cast. I haven't played much of the characters. But I have watched some people play and see what their thoughts and stuff was, but I really like it. I was waiting until my gaming backlog is so far. I was like, man, I'm really trying to catch up on stuff so I can sit down and be like, all right, let me get in the Blaze like how we used to run our 100 matches at a night. But I don't know if that's gonna be possible for a while with all these games, man.
There's so many games.
So many games.
It's ridiculous.
So many games.
Bro.
I've never felt like, remember what was it, 2 years ago we had legit Gamergeddon and everybody was talking all this crap, they was overloaded. I handled that. I was fine there. Right now I'm crumbling under the pressure. I cannot keep up with the games. And mind you, I have eliminated all the sports games out of my repertoire. So I'm not dealing with Madden, I'm not dealing with 2K. Without even dealing with them, I am overloaded. And this is whew. It's something else. Yeah. I like Blaze though. I haven't played as much as I wanted to either because of the same thing, gaming backlog. But I went through the tutorial with all the new people. It's like 4 new characters on there. And all 4 are really good. All 4 are really good. 9 is not my style of character, but she's OP. I was like, oh, I don't like her. And then I played it like against the computer, and the computer was watching me. I was like, oh my God. So yeah, because I played it against the computer on a higher difficulty, and I just couldn't do anything. I couldn't press a button. So 9 is ridiculous. I can't remember the name of the 2 that I really liked. It was one dude that has like this dash cancel, and he's really cool. That's the one I figure you'll be best with. And then there's another cat that he looks like something off of Attack on Titan with this little sword holding thing on the back of his on his back, and he's got it might be my new main character. I actually might have to put Hakuman down for a second because that's a really fun character to use. But all 4 of the new characters are really, really fun to use. So I can't wait till I get this gaming backlog down a little bit so I can spend some more time with Blaze Blue.
That was the thing I heard about the new characters. Everybody that I saw was playing, they was like, yo, these new characters are OP. Like they kind of break the game.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, they said
just a little bit. It's ridiculous.
Like, they break the game. They break the one I'm really interested in was the one you told me about. I can't think of his name, but I seen someone using him. Yeah, his mix-up high-low game is ridiculous.
High-low mix-ups are ridiculous.
And then what's the Tarumi Hakumen mash or the Jin Hakumen mash, Abyss or something like that? Absol. He
That's
looks
the one I was talking about. The one who
ridiculous.
can teleport all over the place.
He looked like he just hit you and it hurts. He look at you and cause 100 damage. So that it looks crazy.
All right, what you supposed to do? So, it's
yeah.
definitely going to be ridiculous. I can't wait to really sit down and enjoy that game. Which brings me back, a couple months ago when we touched on the new Guilty Gear, and realized we didn't like it that much. My first impressions on that was like, and then my first impressions on Blaze was right back what I expected from Guilty Gear in the first place. So it's kind of awkward. I do like Guilty Gear, but it's just not something that I would just pick up. It's kind of like I'm bored. I want to try something new, so now I'm gonna play Guilty Gear. Whereas Blaze is legit interesting. I like the character designs, the tutorials. I think I still like the tutorials and the challenges better than I like Guilty Gears. Guilty Gear is more of an arcadey type of feel to me than a traditional, just straight up fighting game. I think that's the difference here that I've got.
Yeah, I feel like Guilty Gear is more based on gimmicks. A lot of the characters have a gimmick or a gag to them that you got to kind of master. Like, what's Wood's homeboy?
Faust.
Faust,
Yeah.
How he throws out gift bombs and hammers and all that other stuff. And you got the new cowboy character. He plucks coins at you and stuff like that. But, everybody has like some kind of gimmick or whatever. You got to, what's the other one? Zato? And his partner, like Lil Eddie, he goes a little shark on the ground. Like that's a gimmick. That's not a traditional fighter, but like, every character is unique in that way. So I do appreciate it, but
they got a dude sitting in a bed. That throws me off every time I play it. And the bed is a transformer.
Yeah. It's mad weird. It's mad weird. I don't know. It's cool. Like I like watching the game at a high level. But it's so hard keeping up as to what just happened and what did happen. Just like we all remember from 2 Evos ago when Homeboy got up from the chair, though he had won. That's how I've never seen that happen in Street Fighter. I've never seen that happen in Mortal Kombat. That's how so much goes on in the game that you lost track of how many rounds you got left to play. That was but it's a cool game. I still think Blaze is better. It's more of a traditional fighter, but I know Guilty Gear has had the longevity from being a game for so long. It appeared early 90s. It started with
been around for 20 years. Yeah, it's been around for 20 years.
Yeah, man, you can't erase history. So
nope. So it's super popular. So they're going to keep playing it. So it's cool. But I just wanted to touch on Blaze because that just dropped out too since we've been on. So I like Blaze. It's cool. We definitely should get on there and play some of that whenever we get a chance. Let's see. Outside of Blaze, any other new releases or any new gamer news before we jump into Capcom Cup?
Final Fantasy, man. That's gonna be the next big thing.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm not even a Final Fantasy fan, but this new Final Fantasy, just from a complete non-Final Fantasy fan perspective, it actually has my attention. I mean, I have normally negative interest in Final Fantasy, but these trailers that they've popped, they're really good. The game looks gorgeous, which it usually does look gorgeous. But this one, I don't know, something about it. I mean, these guys riding around in a convertible. They got iPhones. It seems like real modern, like it's a new, fresh take on it. So I'm gonna give it a good chance this time around. I keep having a bad memories of old school Final Fantasy games where they showed these beautiful commercials and then you pick the game up and it looked like Zelda, where they got rid of that years ago. So I'm gonna give it a good chance to see what's going on with it.
Yeah, man. That Dishonored 2 is an amazing video game. If you have not played it, please go play it. Darksiders 1 just got remastered and dropped on Tuesday. Another amazing video game. Get that. Play 1 and 2. Outside of that, man, keep playing these fighting games, please. Need all the support. Next year's a critical year for the fighting game community. Extremely critical.
Because all the games are out right now.
I was like, Mortal Kombat will be going into its 3rd year. Killer Instinct is already past year 3. The rough shake that Street Fighter had is going to be a big. Their second year is going to be critical to what they do to sustain. There's been news floating around about a potential MVC 4, Marvel vs. Capcom 4, being announced next week. So it's going to be a big year. Evo for Japan is is now a thing. So it's going to be a big year for fighting games as far as the community and where we take it, because it's sort of like on that fine line now, but where a lot of folks are getting bored. For the simple fact that I think the esports thing is starting to wear and tear on everyone. It's taking the fun. It's taking the fun out of it, and now big business is so heavily involved. That's why I appreciate what Capcom has tried to do lately within the last few months, as far as try to get it back to the community by dropping all this different content and trying to make it cool. Like how they got all these stages they got 2 stages that's not tournament play ready or whatever the case may be. They didn't care about it. Like, well, we got to give our fans something cool to do or whatever. Different costumes and stuff. And MKX, I like how Injustice 2 is going to be coming out, but Ed is still making sure MKX stay relevant. They get a nice pot bonuses at NEC and the other December tournament, can't think of the name. So it's going to be a big year, man. Keep playing the fighting games. We get Tekken finally, hopefully, maybe, possibly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, we can see where it goes.
Yeah, Tekken, Injustice 2. So those are our new games for next year. I mean, unless they surprise us with this Marvel versus Capcom. So outside of that, all the rest of the fighting games will be trying to sustain next year. So it's going to be interesting to see what they're doing. It's interesting what Mortal Kombat X community is going to do after Injustice 2 drops, because it's the same pool of people for the most part. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. Tekken isn't going to shake up the world, but it is going to bring more players, playing at home. So that's going to be good. So Tekken is probably the biggest release because it's going to bring more people who don't like the rest of the games. They specifically only want to play Tekken.
Yep.
So
Tekken has. I'll probably say Tekken has the most hardcore fan base, as far as you don't really hear about them much, but they're always playing. And it's always the people that love Tekken, they love it, like no matter what.
They are committed to that game. Yep, they are committed to that game.
Yeah, they might be the most, I'll probably say second most dedicated fan base behind Smash players. Smash players, like, they are loyal to the T. Is the most annoying group of people to be around. But they're mad loyal. So I hope Tekken does really, 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 really well. I'm still kind of iffy because the game has been out for so long, but we haven't had it at all.
Yeah.
So I wonder if the hype has died down any, or if people are just fed up, or or is it going to have one of those Capcom like years?
They got to. I think they're gonna have to start promoting if it's supposed to drop in the spring.
They gotta start putting them trailers out. Yeah, them trailers gotta start running around the end of this year, going into next year.
Because they did all the hype to get folks ready for tournaments, but the problem is we haven't had it, and we were hyped, but now it's kind of like, well, I guess I'll get it whenever I get it at this point. And so now come January, February, they really got to drop some money on commercials. It'd be like they really have to, I think. So for America to really get those sales going, they got to drop those commercials, bring the hype back outside of the competitive community.
Right. There's one thing Namco is really, really good at is cinematic trailers.
Man.
So they will definitely get you hyped for a game. They did that with Street Fighter Cross Tekken.
Yeah.
We thought
that intro is sick. That intro is sick.
It's still sick to this day.
To this day.
Yeah, that was rated top 5 fighting game intros or something like that.
Probably. So I believe it.
Definitely up there. I think Tekken had like 3 of the top 5. So I want it's like, so I can just imagine what the second 7 cinematic trailer for the intro is going to be. And I hope it's one of the ones that we can keep watching over and over. Some games
I'm still disappointed in that. I like the Street Fighter 5 intro, and I only saw it the one time.
Right.
Didn't they change it though, so where we can go back and watch it?
Is it? I don't know.
Oh, I gotta check. I gotta check this.
I like the intros. I'll sit there and turn the game on, walk away. I like the game to just kind of run its little intro until I press start. You know.
That's the arcade feel of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I love Blaze Blue. You turn Blaze Blue on and that anime music come on, it gets you hyped.
Yeah. Speaking of Tekken and speaking of Street Fighter, we had some crazy news a few weeks ago that we saw a trailer that a current Tekken 7 character who belongs to Street Fighter will be making an appearance next weekend.
Current Tekken 7 character.
Now I gotta go current Tekken 7 character. Was supposed to make an appearance at PlayStation Experience next weekend. They were very good with their wording. It was a pop-up trailer of Akuma being playable at PlayStation Experience. They didn't say a name. All we saw was a raging demon in the back of his shirt with not his normal sign, the Shin Akuma sign. Says playable at PlayStation Experience. We don't know what game.
Right.
And then when asked about it, Ono said, who said Akuma's going to be playable? There's so much cryptic stuff in there. And then apparently they told Ono that he can't tweet until after next weekend. They say he'd be giving away too much information, too much stuff is leaked. How they tell a grown man that he can't tweet? Well, they told our president you can tweet, so I take that back. It was what do you guys think of that? Like, y'all know how I want Akuma bad. Like he was number one on my wish list.
It has to be Akuma. If it's a new character, they're gonna have to nail it.
I don't think it's a new character.
I don't think it's a new character. I think it's either Akuma, Shin Akuma, or some iteration of Evil Ryu.
I would much rather an Evil Ryu version than Akuma.
Evil Ryu's in the story. He's in the story.
I'd rather have an Evil Ryu and Akuma be the boss, final boss character. That's what I would like, and then drop Akuma later.
At the end, and now it's no spoiler at this point because people had the game all year. But at the end of the actual story, they hinted at Urian's brother being the real bad guy.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
Right. Because I mean that's what the canon story arc is. Like this game is right before Street Fighter 3. Well, Third Strike. And so Gil is the boss of that game. So it makes sense that Street Fighter 5 would allude to Gil being there.
Which I would, there was a report saying that they already have Street Fighter mapped out to 2020. They know what they want to do, when they want to do it, how they want to do it. They said that the game sales was going to dictate the pace of that though. So I wonder if the poor sale, because I'm gonna be honest with you, if the sales were poor, I don't think we would have got as much content throughout the year as we would have if the game just did phenomenal off bat. So I wonder, are they actually pushing up their plan now, or will it slow process later? Because like I said, once Capcom Cup is over, the one thing everybody's going to be asking is, what is season 2 going to be?
Right.
And it's crazy how we're starting to call games by seasons now. Like it's a sports game. Like, oh no, it's a new season of a game. No,
people don't want to pay attention to Killer Instinct, but they set the trend.
Right.
They set every trend that we're going through right now. Like we got
the interactive tutorials, the character drops, all that.
The trailers for all the characters before.
Yep.
I'm like,
that was all Killer Instinct. So we're gonna shout out. We're gonna shout them out right now because that was all.
Shout out
Galaxy.
Shout out to 13 people that still play.
Yeah. It died so bad.
Man, like I looked at the game just the other day. I was like, yo, I want to play this. And then like I was like, I really don't feel like playing this. I was like, yo, it's dope. This is a great game. I just don't feel like playing it.
Like, man, look, we got season 2 of the most popular fighting game. And everybody's gonna ask these balance changes. So many people are crying for balance changes. Me, the only balance change I really want done as far as balances in the game, take out these damn anti-air lights. It is the most annoying thing in the world. It's like there is no reason on God's green earth should a man flying in with a heavy kick be able to be knocked out the air by a little chicken wing elbow? It is the most annoying thing in the world. Like, that don't even make sense physically.
It doesn't make sense with the game because on the ground that jab gets you crush countered every time. So why is it that because one person's in the air, you throw that jab? Like, it's cool, like it's interesting, like it adds to the meta. Like if you play, like I play Ryu, so if you play against Zangief and he jumps at a certain angle, crouching strong beats whatever attack comes out, and so it's interesting, but it's like this is kind of ridiculous. Like what do you do with that? Like,
what's the point of a DP now?
Right.
It's made DPs pointless.
That's exactly what it is. It's a safety valve for those anti-airs because they were going for a more casual audience is what they were going for. So they was trying to give somebody an easy way to anti-air. Problem is, it was more heavily focused on competitive play, and that's too easy for competitive play. And then the competitive audience never came because they didn't give competitive content. And now we're stuck with what we got.
Yeah. Like we see a lot of the goats of the game and stuff. Even they, like, it's either like help them or hurt them so much that they can easily get knocked. Like, it's weird watching Snake Eyes not be able to Zangief people because he can't even jump in like he used to. Because he ain't scared of getting DP. He's scared of getting light kick out the air.
Mm-hmm.
Zangief
that just resets the whole situation. Yeah, it resets the whole situation.
Right. So I'm like, it helps. I can get if some characters can get it and stuff like that, but man, it's really annoying to see that it has that. I want that changed. And Matt's made a trailer, which I think everybody should go watch. He made a video about where he want to see the balances in the game change. He mentioned he wants more V triggers as far as give option for which different ones can be done and more critical arts, which I think would also.
I think we'll get a second critical art eventually.
Yeah, because but let's say, have we ever had a Street Fighter game past 2 that only had one super?
No.
Yeah.
No, it took a couple years. Like it took the second rendition in terms of Street Fighter 4 anyway. It took the second rendition. It took for Super to come out.
Mm-hmm.
But they still recognize that a second critical art adds more technical ability to it than, say, anti-air lights. Like you get more combo factors. You get to be more stylish with your meter. Like it makes you rethink meter conservation. Like I watched a lot of Urians play, and Urians have no reason to have full meter, right? Because that's just how they're played. So I don't know if they either do a second meter, like they go back to Street Fighter 3, but they definitely need a second critical art, or at least the option to choose.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind seeing a second meter. I wouldn't mind seeing another meter just for super purposes. But if that happens, then I think they will have to heavily, and I do mean heavily, scale down the amount of damage done in this game.
Yep.
That would be the only thing. But I think that will end up going back to, we'll be back at Ultra. If that happens, if the game can stay the same, you can add another meter, you can add another critical art, scale the damage. Will it still be able to whatever? Because I think it will actually hurt a lot of characters.
It would.
Such as Ibuki, someone who doesn't do a lot of damage. If you slow the game even down more for her, that's going to be like, because it's going to take her forever to kill someone.
Yeah.
Unless if you scale it down and then you buff them to equal up, you will have to tweak those individual characters that would be hurt, because Ibuki doesn't do a lot of damage. Who else doesn't? Nash really doesn't do a lot of damage.
Nash.
He does average basic damage.
Sim.
Sim doesn't do a lot of damage, but Sim never has done damage. So I guess that
was because he's supposed to be a zoning character.
Yeah, he's never done a lot of damage. So I think Gao hurts, so he would have to get toned down. Geef SPDs do ridiculous damage that I have now. Like you be having like 25% health left, and that jump is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of challenge for them to rebalance the game. It really is. I mean, they can't. They got to be really, really careful what they do, because if they make a wrong step, it will completely ruin the competitive experience, which is the only reason the game is still alive. I mean,
Right.
being honest. I mean, right now they got to make sure that they don't ruin the competitive aspect of the game while trying to make little tweaks. So I think what they need to do is focus on the bottom three, maybe four characters, and the top 2 to 3 characters, and normalizing them, leaving everybody in the middle alone. So just taking the bottom, maybe 3 characters like Geef, Laura, people that, things that we clearly understand that they're kind of low tier, and tweaking them just a little bit, whether it be a little bit of frame advantage or adding an additional move or something like that, just to those characters to kind of help them be more viable, at least bring them closer to the middle of the pack. And then taking those top 2, 3 characters and not so much nerfing them, but taking stuff away. Like Ryu doesn't need a light punch anti-air. Like he doesn't need one. That's what DP is for. I mean, that's just, some characters have built-in really great DPs, and if they have DP or any kind of option like that with heavy kick or heavy punch that anti-air, you can leave the heavies in there, but those lights and those mediums, those lights and mediums should not be anti-air in anything,
Ryu
unless it's
probably
a
got the
character
best
that doesn't
anti-air
have a
game in the
DP.
game.
Huh?
Yeah, Ryu anti-air game is ridiculous. He can anti-air with every punch button.
Yeah.
And it wins. Not like, it ain't like it's losing or like trading a lot. He wins a lot of it. And you still got the option of DP if you really wanted to be, dope with it. So I think he's that's yeah. And he does so much damage, and like I said, you flip out and you gotta deal with that mix up. That's not fair.
Yeah,
I don't think
fair.
so.
And they hit you out the air and didn't trade, and then they have advantage because you're still landing and they're just waiting.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, it's not okay.
Yeah,
that's a big thing that they need to change. I don't think they need to take it off of every character though. But
some characters need it.
Some characters do need it because they don't have DPs. So I'll be okay with them keeping it because those are the characters that do the bottom end of that spectrum anyway. So they need it, but those top tier characters don't need it, and they already have DPs, most of them, or ways to deal with it at least. They have escapes, they have great free reversals, they have all the tools that they need to avoid a great jump in game. So they don't need that light, and they can take it from those characters, and just that change alone would be a big meta change for the game.
Yeah, I think so too. Speaking of Street Fighter, and next week we got all this stuff coming up. We got the end of the year here with the Capcom Cup, the supposedly best 32 players that made it are going to be battling out for over 350K. Which is ridiculous to play fighting games. First place is walking away with 100. First place is walking away with 120,000 plus additional money that was from the Capcom Pro Tour pack, and so that's gonna be ridiculous. Number 1 seed is Infiltration, 2 seed is Takedo, and I believe 3 seed is Wong.
I think it's just Wong. Yeah, I think just Wong's number 3.
Yeah, Justin Wong's number 3, and then Fudo. So that's your top 5 right there.
That's going to be this is going to be a really good event. I believe it's going to be next Friday and Saturday. Have you guys seen any predictions, any dark horses?
And that's what I was wanted to talk about too, because I mean, outside of Infiltration's kind of dropped off a little bit, but he knows half the cast at a master level. But outside of Infiltration and Tokido, I mean, everybody's gonna be playing at their best right now. I mean, it's not about points anymore. A lot of people over the last couple tournaments have just been kind of playing. They already had their seats solidified, so they kind of just been playing and practicing. So with everybody playing at their max level, their final form, as you say, like outside of Tokido and Infiltration, they're so far ahead of the pack. Anybody we got sleeping?
All of the Chun-Li players. All of the Ken players. That's just it. Like, It's because the Chun-Li players have a chance because her buttons are so ridiculous, and Ken players have a chance because standing fierce punch crush counters. So that is like forever like the frame trap. That is like the best frame trap in the game. So because it has range and all you need is a slight shimmy and it crush counters. So the comeback potential of Ken and the buttons of Chun-Li will give any player a chance.
I think in a tournament like this, when there's only 32 people, this game is so balanced, but it's also clear cut who struggles with what matchups.
Right.
I think the game is so balanced; it's going to really come down to which characters are comfortable in which players are comfortable in which matchups, and who they get matched up against. Like, I know if Jay Wong comes across any Chun Li, he might get bopped. If Daigo comes up against any Gao, he might get bopped. So it's going to be so character specific. Like if he comes against any Gao or any Nakali, Daigo might be out of there quick, depending on who he gets. So it's going to be interesting seeing that because like some people we have seen all year struggle with particular matchups. Like we just know that for a fact. So that's going to be I know. I think Brooke Mysterio it was in, but he dropped out.
Yeah, he dropped out for K-Brad.
So K-Brad is going to be in. I like him because he might end up getting a decent run in the bracket. So I think he'll have a nice. But
doesn't that make him the 32nd seed?
No,
he fighting for? He doesn't.
So if they're doing it according to how I think they're doing it, because we still haven't seen brackets. Nobody's seen the actual brackets for the matchup or how they're doing it. If they're going to do premier winners, one through the top premier winners, and then seeding, or is it going to be area based seeding prioritized and then global ranking? K-Brad got a lot of global points. He got 300-400 some odd points. So he's going to be.
If he got 300 something points, he's going to be in the 20s. He'll be in the 20s if he got 300 points.
20s,
if they go strictly by points. Because Brooke Mysterio was 27, 28. So Brooke Mysterio was 27, 28, and he only had 203 points. So K-Brad could be a little bit higher than him. So like early 20s if they go off of points.
Yeah, and look at Gamma DR. He won the premier event for Latin America, but he had like 20 points. He didn't really, he had Latino points, but he had no global points. He didn't really do no damage anywhere.
And right now he got 88 points, and he's 30. He's the last. He's on the bottom with 88 points.
Right, and like I said, with us not knowing if they're going to do premier events prioritized, because he did win a premier event,
right?
Versus that, but that's another concept because I didn't like the way they did the point system. I thought it was kind of bad. I appreciate them trying to do like per area, everybody getting a chance out of their area. But man, stop all. That's to me, that's kind of like babyfying it. Just get good.
Yeah,
that's really it. Good. I think they should eliminate people who have. When it comes to these last chance qualifiers and stuff, though, don't give people who have already qualified. Don't let them come in. Make it. At least do that because like I said, infiltration,
gatekeeping,
Bonchan, Taquito, Daigo, they were gatekeeping like the whole year. Which hey, I get it. They want to practice too, but still, like have something separate. Like you got Topanga leagues and all this other stuff. Like it kind of eliminates some because I think stuff like that is what hurt characters like K-Brad or he could have clearly got in if he wasn't getting gatekeeped. So
they run into folks who already qualified. They didn't won half the tournaments out of the year. I mean, you know what I mean? Between like 4 people, they don't win half the tournaments. So that's what they took out 3 or 4 tournaments.
They took out last year. Last year, if you didn't win but you were top 4, you still got the qualifying spot. They took that out this year. So it's not. So it was you had to win. Like if you didn't get no points, you didn't get the spot if you didn't win. So that's what made it. Yeah, you just got points. So that's what made it tougher. Like
But I also get that though, because you think about how many people we had. How many people had lucky runs in tournaments, and then we don't hear from no more. I would have been highly upset if we ended up with the goddamn like Wolf Throne in Capcom Cup. I don't want to see him. You know, like it kind of helped because we don't like you look at that bracket. It's not one bad player or one player you say shit. The only one I can look in there and say I don't honestly know, but I know he's a good player is the TSE 4444. He's a Chun-Li player.
Yeah.
He just happens to play in Japan with the rest of the best players. That's it. He can come to America and easily be top 5 player because he is that good. So it just, you know, but you see that. But like I said, even Gamma DRA, I don't know him. You know, he got lucky. You know, he had a good day, but I don't see him even getting past first round. He's gonna go. I think he would be 0-2. He's gonna get, but you know, I think he beat Infiltration. I want to say, or maybe had a good game against Infiltration.
But
so
0-2. But that's what I'm saying. Like 0-2 in this tournament ain't as bad as 0-2 in other tournaments because you going against world class players. Like regardless. Yeah. So it's not that bad. Like going 0-2 sucks. Don't get me wrong, it sucks. But somebody has to go 0-2. So.
Yeah, somebody has to. But also with that, I'll say, you go 0-2, getting bopped is different.
Yeah.
Just 0-2. Like I don't want to see I want to see blow ups. Give me some good match. I want.
You know, everybody has to prove that they belong. Yeah, everybody got to prove they belong, man.
Yeah, last year's Capcom Cup, every match was good. I don't think nobody got every match was good. Everything. I want to say, like I said, even Daigo going YOLO at the end against Kazunoko, it was still good. Like it was a good match. Everybody held their own. That Infiltration versus Daigo set was one of the best sets in Ultra history, in my opinion.
Right.
That Daigo comeback was ridiculous. There's no way he should have came, and that was crazy. So Snake Eyes pulling out the evil Ryu, you know, to beat who he beat, like Dako or somebody like that. It was a good match. It was a good match. So that's just what I want this year. It's the first year of the game. I'm surprised they didn't try to get this one on ESPN because you would want to have Capcom Cup or at least have it on like ESPN 3 or something like that. But you know, I understand. So it's gonna be good though. It's gonna be really good. I'm looking forward to it. Give me my Akuma, damn it.
It is kind of disgusting though, because you sit there and you look at who's all in it, and I see, you know, what 30% Ken, another 30% Chun Li. You know what I mean?
Third strike all over.
Really, like as far as people's mains, and it's just, got to do something about that. I mean, that's a balancing issue. I'm sick of watching Chun Li. I'm sick of watching Ken. I mean,
I'm never tired of watching Ken. No offense.
Welcome to Third Strike.
Basically,
good Ken play is. I'm here for good Ken play. I could watch.
I mean, I enjoy watching the character, but I'm saying in a tournament from a fan perspective and just watching a game between people. Again, they're trying to get more casual audience in, just like at Evo. You know, people are going to be like, well, why are everybody using the same 2 characters? And that's kind of frustrating. How can you say, well, what's the purpose of even using anybody these are the top 32 players in the world, like on the planet, and we got what 5-6 characters total, maybe. You know, that doesn't mean that they don't know how to use other characters, but their main characters that they've qualified with, it's no more than like 6 characters at max.
but a few things. One, I think with Evo, I think they planned the television thing with Daigo being there because Daigo, or at least Daigo or Takedo, because you got to have the main Street Fighter character when you have your first tournament on national television, right? It just didn't work out that way. 2, I think Infiltration understands crowd hype, which is why he plays so many characters. Like in addition to wanting to win, I think he understands he wants to put on a show. And 3, they playing for money. Like it sucks. Yeah, like it sucks to see 6 Chun-Lis in the tournament because as somebody who follows Third Strike, that shit sucks. But They playing for $120,000. First place is $120,000 plus whatever they made off the Capcom Cup stage.
I don't blame the players for sure. I definitely don't blame the
Right.
players.
But the game, I
I
mean,
would
the
do the
game
same
dictates
thing.
that. The game dictates that. Like Chun-Li has, like the reason why there are 6 Chun-Lis is because Chun-Li doesn't require you to have severely high execution to stay in the match. Like all you have to have is a good neutral game. Now, when you punish, you got to have execution to get the max damage to punish. But in terms of just being frustrating and neutral, Chun-Li is the best character for that. That's why there's 6 of them. The reason why there's 4 Nakalis in the tournament is
Because
because
his comeback factor is
his
ridiculous.
comeback factor is ridiculous. The same reason why there's a bunch of Kens. The comeback factor is ridiculous. The reason why there's a bunch of Ryus is because
He's the best
he
overall
does a shit
character.
ton of damage. Like, he does a shit ton of damage. So, like, the game dictates who, especially amongst the pro players, who's going to be good. Now, of course, as the game goes along, people are going to figure things out. They're going to discover new ways to, maximize characters. But especially as new characters come out, like that changes. But probably will change it. And with new characters, probably becomes new game mechanics. So that will change the meta altogether. Maybe in another year or two.
Because I could strongly see Urian being a top used player.
Urian's really good. No, people just haven't figured it out yet. Yeah, people just haven't figured it out yet. Urian's really good.
I don't think it's people haven't figured it out. I think it's just so late nobody wanted to risk that.
Right. Nobody wanted to try it. Right.
I won't be surprised if I see someone like Infiltration pull out Urian. I won't.
Right.
If he has just so happens to have a pocket Urian for a particular matchup he doesn't like. Yeah, like Till said, I think it's going to be the money dictated a lot of the character choices. But when we go back and look, Chun-Li didn't win a lot of tournaments this year.
No,
didn't win a lot.
She didn't. She didn't.
They placed well. They placed well all the time. Top 8s, top 4s, all the time. But they weren't winning a lot of the tournaments. But it still got you to the money. So why not?
Right.
Why not write it out?
Guaranteed money possible, and I feel like if you top 4, you had a shot to win.
Yep.
So like if your character guarantees you a shot to win, play the damn character. Play the damn character.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Y'all want to pick a winner? Y'all want to be brave enough and try to predict who y'all think gonna come out of it?
I like Taquito, man.
I do like Taquito. He's been strong lately. I'm not going to sleep on Infiltration, but that's just real easy.
Right.
I'm trying to think of like an upset pick.
I don't think if Infiltration wins, I don't think he wins with Nash though.
Yeah, I agree.
I think he would have to. For the some fact, none of his the 3 characters that he's shown, who I picked to be like in the top 8 per se, I don't think none of the characters he uses beats who I think gonna be in. I don't think Nash, Vega, or Balrog stand a chance against a solid Chun-Li.
Right.
Nash at least fights Chun-Li well, I think. I think Nash fights Ryu pretty well. I think Balrog fights Ryu pretty well too.
Yeah, those are tough matchups for Ryu.
Yeah, I think actually Nash, Balrog, and Rashid all fight Ryu pretty well. So unless he comes across that, I see him having to use Nash. Because everybody else, like I said, you're gonna Chun-Li's.
Yeah.
Have to. And I think Nash blows Ken up for the simple fact that the amount of damage he gets off a punish is ridiculous. Like he like the way Ken players have to play, Nash punishes
a lot
mistakes.
Of their stuff.
He punishes it very well. So like I think that's one of Nash's clear-cut favorite matchups. I give it like a 6-4. Me being a Nash player, like I see a Ken, I'm like, all right, I know no matter how good he is, I have a good chance at winning this matchup. Just from if he makes mistakes and I punish correctly, it's gonna be over fast. So, I like Infiltration because I've been picking him to win everything else. Why not pick him to win the last one? Yeah, be full Sonic Fox. Get win all the majors. But my sleeper pick, I'm gonna go Phenom.
Yeah, I like Phenom. Phenom can play.
For the simple fact,
he can play.
I want to see brackets first before I make final picks, but
right.
Phenom, he has such a YOLO style of play. I think he would make a lot of the GOATs nervous because they don't really know what to expect.
Right.
Yeah, so that's my sleeper pick. You know, yeah, I'm gonna go with him.
Is it awkward that my sleeper pick is Daigo?
No.
That's that's like my underdog pick, and I truly believe, I'm not saying it to be funny. He's literally, he shouldn't at this stage. He hasn't shown me that he would win the whole thing, but I think I don't know.
All it takes is the download, man.
That's
all it takes is the download. But that's the thing. Like Daigo is harder for Daigo to download you in short sets. But like if this was like if everything was first to 5, Daigo would win this tournament hands down. Like unless he played Guile. But unless he played against Guile. But other than that, like he would win this tournament hands down because his download game, it takes him a few games because he has to try shit. And in a 2 out of 3, you can't try shit. So you just gotta figure it out. And in this game where people, if you find somebody confident enough to make solid reads on you, you out the tournament, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I got one more sleeper pick. How did I forget Knuckle Do?
Knuckle Do's insane, man. Knuckle Do's insane. He's insane, man.
Yeah, I would love for Knuckle Do to win because it would be huge for America.
It would be huge for America, yes.
Yeah, I take it back. I don't want to pick him quite yet to win, but man, he's been playing so good.
He should play
He switched up and using? He's using Guile too, right?
He's a Guile player now.
Guile, Mika, and Natch.
Yeah.
He has all three, depending on the matchup. And he'll body you free with all 3 characters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, we watched him. If you go back and watch the last 2 tournaments he won and who he beat to win those tournaments, and that list is crazy. That is some he bopped a lot of people. He made Taquito look free.
Yeah.
And I ain't seen Taquito look that free since the beginning of the year when Infiltration won. Was winning everything. So that was a big tournament. I'm interested to see Fudo. We ain't seen him at all since he qualified.
I know, you can never sleep on Mika.
Yeah, you can't sleep on Mika, man.
If he's playing Mika.
Who is he playing?
We ain't seen him play. We don't know. We ain't seen him play.
Mika's not a Fudo character anyway. Like that's the thing, man. Like I don't understand why he picked that character up. Like I understand because Mika is Mika, but like for him, like he played Virtual Fighter at a high level. So like I don't think like Mika is his character. You know what I mean? Maybe his character's not out yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if he was just blabbing somebody else and it just clicked for him and he just top forward Capcom Cup with a character we didn't know he played.
I'm just hoping.
You're right.
I want Sako to use Ibuki and stop playing.
Yeah,
I want Sako to use Ibuki and stop playing. I know he got Chun-Li in, like you say, this for the money, but I want him to use Ibuki and stop playing.
I like Shin's Ibuki.
Nasty, man.
Shin used Ibuki. It was actually pretty solid, but he also used it at a time where we know he wasn't like 100% comfortable with it. So I like to see him break that out. I don't know. I just want more character variety. Like I want all the Chun-Li's to go 0-2. All Chun-Li's go 0-2, and then we
gotta face each other. Right, they gotta face each other, and then they kick each other out the damn tournament.
Yeah,
and the tournament improves greatly with that.
Yeah, because like I said, we got our top 4. The top 4 placers aren't Chun-Li players.
Right.
Nope.
It's even top 5. Top 5 people in the tournament aren't Chun-Li players. Not one of them.
Sure, it goes all the way down to like MOV for real. Like that's like he's what 6, 7. So
like I said, they don't win. They just place well.
They're just in the tournament to bother you, man. You gotta play so intelligently. It's such a mental grind to beat Chun-Li in any Street Fighter game. Like it's, and I would say that outside of Third Strike Chun-Li, like Chun-Li, I don't want to say she's a fair character more or less, right? It's just that the tools she has are so basic
annoying
that
to humans.
So pro players all pro players have to do is remember their fundamentals and keep their fundamentals intact. And Chun-Li is a god tier character. Like that's what makes Third Strike Chun-Li so unfair is the super. But like her buttons, like that's all it takes. Like you frustrated because of the buttons, and then you make a mistake, and then you get supered. At least in this game, you don't have that worry. It's just you just got to deal with buttons for 99 seconds, and it's really frustrating.
You still got to worry about V-trigger. Like you still got to worry
and
about
then
that.
you got V-trigger, then it's better buttons. Right, then it's V-trigger, and then it's better buttons.
Right.
So your matchup knowledge it's ridiculous. You have to be ridiculously high to beat a Chun-Li, and then you got to do it again for another game.
Yeah.
Oh,
Lord forbid you got to deal with Chun-Li in the first 3. That's the most annoying thing in the world.
Right.
Right. And then you play 2 different Chun-Lis back to back who play slightly differently. Like a slight difference.
Right.
You got the zone and Chun-Li. Yeah. Yeah. The only Chun-Li I really like is I like saying the pressure Chun-Lis. The Chun-Lis that just want to be in your face and beat you up. They don't want to sit back and anti-air you. They don't. They want to be reckless. Those are the Chun-Lis I like watching. Everybody else can go ahead. Ricky Ortiz, bye. She don't like the pressure enough. She born. MOV and Sako, they get in your face, and TSC 444 too. Get in your face, and they're like, yeah, we gonna get this knocked out. So I don't know, man. So you didn't give us who you thought was gonna win. Du said Knuckle Du is his winner.
I like
Daigo is his sleeper.
I like Takedo to win. Mm-hmm. I do like Takedo to win. I do like Knuckle Du to place top 4 though. I think he'll definitely be the last American left if he doesn't win it.
He'll be the Snake Eyes of this year.
Yeah, because he plays a character that nobody knows how to deal with yet. It's just that simple. And he plays a character nobody knows how to deal with, a character that can beat a lot of top tier characters, and a character that is ridiculous with the 50-50 game. So it's basically his world and how he wants to pick it, and he just needs to be locked in for that 2 out of 3. Mm-hmm. That's how he wins.
Yeah, I think once it's top 16 or top 8, everything is 3 out of 5 though.
Yeah, that's true. I think it's 3 out of 5 for top 8. But yeah.
I would like,
but still,
yeah, that's the thing. Nobody plays a character I think Gal loses to.
Right.
Yeah.
So you got to deal with that for 5 games. Congratulations.
I remember, I remember when we went to Evo. It was some poor little soul. Her first, you can tell she ain't never played nobody before. Her first matchup was against Knuckle Du. He got like 4 perfects in a row, and I was like, man, this is it. And I'm like, that's back when he was playing Nash. So I can imagine now having to worry about his gal first thing in the morning. You ain't even had your breakfast and coffee yet. You
right.
Deal with that.
You got to deal with Guile, man. You got to deal with the wall. Then he coming in with the pressure. Then he punishing you. Then he has high execution if you make the slightest mistake. Like, come on, man. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, he's definitely the last American to win to be in the tournament for sure.
Actually, I don't know. Like I said, I gotta see bracket play, but yeah, nobody. I don't think. Who do y'all think Guile loses to?
I think I don't think it's a character per se. I just think it's can you get the knockdown? Like can you get the knockdown, and can you dictate when he charges and when he's not charging? Like if you can dictate when Knuckle Du has to flash kick, then the matchup is in your favor. But you got to get in his face, and that's just hard as hell. It's just hard. It's just patience. That's what I realized that's a struggle with a lot of people in this game, including me. Like your life bar is also a tool. So like you have to accept that you're probably going to take damage to get in the ranges you need to get into, just because this is a buttons heavy game. So, but people panic when they see their life bar dwindling and they haven't even really been hit by like long combos or whatever. They're just losing in neutral. So and Guile is a character that will just frustrate you with sonic booms and the V skill and then fierce punch and then all the kicks and then you can't throw him out of the so back kick. You can't throw him out of the upside down kick. Like just little things that are frustrating they'll pile up, and then all of a sudden the round's over and you lost, and you're wondering like, how did I lose? And he didn't even use meter like that.
Right. It
So
didn't even really hit me. Like it don't even feel like you got hit. And it's like, what?
right,
I was just blocking.
right. All I was doing was blocking. I got hit like 3 times, and now all of a sudden the round's over, and I'm still full screen. What happened? Like, so I don't think I don't think he loses to a character per se. Just because he has a two hit. Strategy. He has V skill to Sonic Boom, so that a lot of the armor stuff is out of play there. It's just you got to get in his face.
Yeah,
So
you got to be disciplined.
once you
You
get in
got to
his
be
face, you're in there.
disciplined, and you got to be calm, cool, collected when you face a guy. You got to really stay disciplined. You can't get overzealous. You got to have full control of that match.
Right, right.
I think this is me being biased again. Also, I think he loses. I think him and Nash will probably be the closest to a losing matchup he has. And I'll say, yeah, I'll probably say that's the closest to a losing matchup for something like if you have a Nash that knows how to use his mobility well. If you want to
Right,
go ahead and chuck those sonic booms all day, he's going to get maybe 2, possibly 3 V triggers in that round.
right.
If that's all you want to do, and he can use that to get big damage on you, and match can be over. So, but outside of that, I think he fights everyone well. Like I said, even at best, I'd probably say that's a 5.5, 4.5 matchup, or 5.1, 4.9 matchup. It's not even that far because a good gal can definitely maul Nash like it's no tomorrow. So, yeah, he's I don't know. I feel like Gal is a good character, but he's not a great character. He's just good. He's just good. And for
You're
him
just
to
good at the
not,
fundamentals. Yeah, you just got to be good at fundamentals. And once you're good at fundamentals, you make a good character great.
Yep.
mm,
Because it ain't it's high execution to do the really really long V trigger combo, but everything else really is not high execution. It is low strong Sonic Boom into button. It is flash kick, down, hold down, and then up and kick. He has 2 special moves, and then it's just you can just combo into Sonic Boom. But that's just like most of those things you can kind of like halfway see it as it's happening. Like, oh, well, let me hit a button here. Like you'll see low strong and a Sonic Boom. You'll be like, oh wait, they're still in hit sun. Let me hit another button.
yep,
Like that's not you practicing a bajillion hours to learn all the combos you need to learn. That's just fundamentals, man, and understanding hit stun. That's it.
yeah,
That's
I
why
think
Gal's good, because there's no a lot of mental commitment to the execution side, really. It's just let me play solid in the neutral, and you can just focus on playing solid in the neutral.
Yeah, nobody
That's
bodies him. Yeah, nobody bodies him at all. I mean, the only characters that they even have that has somewhat of an unfavorable matchup would be, like you said, Nash, I mean not Cammy, but Nakali
yeah,
and Chun Li. Like that's it. Obviously Ryu and Ken, but that's not really a unfavorable matchup. Rather than
no,
it just being more so just
I
discipline.
think I think Laura beats Gal and up close. Once
yeah,
she knocks out, if Laura
yeah.
can
Once you
get a
knock Gal
knockdown on
down, it's a
Gal,
wrap. Yeah,
it might turn into like a 7-3
Gotcha.
matchup. But the fact
yeah,
is that Laura has to get in. But
right.
I
Yeah.
seen some new tech to where like she can actually
Yeah,
use her fireball and then
that shit
dash
is
behind it
crazy.
to get in.
Yeah, that shit is
And I'm like,
crazy.
and it's not hard to do.
No.
All you gotta do is just wait for the fireball to meet the boom, and you can dash
Mm-hmm.
under it, and you in.
Right.
So, man, look, that like I said, and the game is still new. We're gonna get balance changes, but people still figuring stuff out. Like it's stuff still is being figured out. What's the max punish can be done, and
Right.
different resets and everything. It's tough. It's gonna be tough. So, yeah, man, I just hope we get some really good matches.
It's gonna be good. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be a fun weekend, and like you said, PlayStation Experience is also happening, so we get more gaming news for more backlog. Hopefully, we get this Akuma that we want. I don't know if they playing games or what they trying to do, but just go ahead and don't overthink it, Capcom. Just go ahead, drop Akuma, stop playing. They're gonna overthink it and mess something up.
Right.
Overthinking it. What do you mean? So either unless they do that and just say that he's going to be playable in some other game. I mean, they did just tease us with Marvel versus Capcom. So maybe he's available in Marvel versus Capcom. But that stage it sure looked like it was a Street Fighter 5 stage right before the
Yeah, I'm sure we're getting that stage.
Yeah, we're getting that stage.
This Street Fighter is they look real happy to give us stages, which I'm cool with. Give me all the stages. I love stages.
Oh yeah, they did say that they weren't going to use the new Rashid airplane stage. They said they took that off as competitive because apparently people have been kind of dizzy. I don't see it. All you gotta do is focus on the plane wing. But I can understand the beach the being taken off because of the water, but I don't see the issue with the plane stage. I don't see it being super distracting unless you haven't played it before. And it's like, ooh, this is so pretty. Look at all the stuff in the background. Before a professional player, they being distracted, I think that's a cop out.
Yep. Yeah, I think it's a dope stage. I really like it. It's very unique. I haven't seen nothing like it before.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it's cool. It's all right. That's fine.
I mean, shoot, if that's distracting, so is the Ring of Destiny. I mean, there's a lot going on in the background there too.
Yeah.
So,
which
I think
we
it's the
actually,
motion. I think it's the implied motion though.
It's the motion. Coach saying they catching vertigo.
Yeah,
so,
I think.
Fair enough.
Yeah, we're also getting a update to that Capcom stage. The Ring of Destiny is going to be updated for Capcom Cup. So I wonder what they're going to do extra for that. We should be seeing that update probably this week sometime. So that's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. So we'll see what happens with that. Any more news? Any other final updates that we missed? I think we covered everything for the most part.
Yeah, man, I think that's it.
All right, cool. Well, we've been holding off on this tournament for a long time, just because of holidays and schedules and things like that. So, because we were going to drop it the week before last, but then we know it's going to be a tournament we're going to probably hold over a 2-week span. So that's why we didn't drop it, because Thanksgiving was coming up. So we're going to drop that today. So we're going to have sign-ups starting up this afternoon. We're going to put it up on Twitter, and so you should go ahead, anybody seeing that should go ahead and sign up. I'm not going to put a real cap on it, but I say probably 32 if we get to 32, because we're going to do a group round robin type of tournament. So we'll probably cap it at 32 if we can get to 32. We want to at least we're going to wait to start the tournament until we at least have 16. If we have 16 and it looks like that's where we're going to be at, we'll stop it at 16. But if a lot of people are showing interest, we'll hold off until we get to 32 and start it at that point. We're going to run this tournament until it finishes. We're not going to rush it. We know everybody has schedules. So we're just going to run it. So if it takes us a week to get through the tournament, if it takes us through the month of December to run the tournament, then so be it. But we want to make sure we give everybody time to get their matches in and have good matches and fun matches with a good, diverse group of people. So we're going to get that started this afternoon. If you have questions, feel free to hit us up on Twitter. Again, I'm at Ninja Deuce. We got the Till Show and Corey Bliss. So hit us up on Twitter. Also, WeGotLeagues.com and at WeGotLeagues on Twitter as well. So you'll get all that news and reviews this afternoon for our new Street Fighter 5 tournament.
Please come play. Come get bodied free.
Yeah,
I know. Come catch these critical arts.
Yeah, man.
All right, so it's always a pleasure kicking it with you guys. Viewers, appreciate y'all hanging out with us in the Fight Club.
I finished my alcohol for the show.
I know it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's holidays. Somebody get turned myself. So I'll catch you guys later. We'll holler at y'all on Twitter. We'll see y'all next time. We'll probably follow with you guys. If not next weekend with Capcom Cup, we'll be on here the weekend after for a follow-up after Capcom Cup. So peace.
Later.
Peace.